Hello everybody, my name is Brittany, and with this YouTube series, I'll be bringing you everything what you need to know about what it takes to build your brand abroad. And today I'll be sharing with you the first 4 steps that I took both in Germany and in Japan to not simply just find work, but how to become an industry influencer. So I've done this twice in 2 completely different settings. The first time was when I was in Japan, where I spoke the language, however, I had no industry experience. And then I did it again in Germany, where I couldn't speak the language, however, I had at this time had enough industry experience. Now, if whether or not you speak the language or not, or whether or not you've had experience or not, I've got these 4 strategies that I'm sure will be able to help you at some point along the way. My first thing that I absolutely have to recommend that you do is you have to fall in love with the city. See, I made this mistake. When I was in Japan, I loved it. I loved everything about living there, and opportunities, of course, came to me because of my attitude and because of my approach in the city. When I came to Berlin, I hated it. I really hated everything about it. And because of that, the opportunities that I had in Japan just were not happening in Germany. That had nothing to do because with Germany being a land of less opportunity, it had everything to do with me not giving myself and loving this city enough. So the first thing that you have to do is that you have to fall in love with the city. The second thing is that you have to become a contributing member to the society and to your community. See, it's not going to be enough for you to go to a meetup or to a stand-up event to find work. You need to become someone not who's looking for answers, but someone who can ask the right questions. So whether or not you're at a stand-up event or whether or not you're at a meetup, you need to be positioning yourself as someone that's got something to say. And a great way to do that is by contributing to blogs, creating micro content, writing articles, starting a blog, all these different kinds of things. You position yourself differently, not as someone who's simply looking for a job, but you position yourself as someone who's actually contributing and an active member of the community. And so once you've done those things, you've fallen in love with the city, you're becoming an active and contributing member. The third thing that you need to do is you need to create a portfolio of industry influencers. This is really important because you need to find people that are already doing what you're doing and then simply get in contact with them and create a greater network. Now, this is difficult because the people that you want to get in contact with are usually quite difficult to get in contact with. However, my favorite strategy that I use to get in contact with people who you wouldn't normally get in contact with because of whatever reason is that you can position yourself not as someone who's asking, "Hi, do you have 10 minutes for a coffee?" but ask them, "Hi, this is what I'm doing, here's my blog or here's my articles and I'd love your opinion on it and I'd like to interview you for 10 or 15 minutes in whatever format." People won't have time for a 10-minute coffee, but more often than not, they do have time for a 10-minute interview. So now you've done those 3 things. You've fallen in love with the city, you're becoming an active contributing member to the community. The third thing, that you're creating your portfolio. The fourth thing that you have to do, and if I were to say of any of the strategies, if you're going to take one away, this one would be it, is that you have to remember you don't need a job to work. That you can just find the companies that you wish to work with and immediately start working for them. You can start sending them 10 ideas a day, you can review their website, you can send them articles, whatever. This is also something that I've successfully done. Lots of the clients in my portfolio right now have started off with me simply going in and either making a presentation or sending them an article that I've written for them. So it came from me, not waiting for them to give me a job, but for me coming proactively and offering them my work. So take those 4 things and I hope that they serve you on your journey in building your brand abroad. But before we go, I have something to ask you. Please let me know in the comments, 1, where you're from, and 2, where you are in your journey abroad. I'd love to get to know you more and learn how I can help you better. So until next time, best of luck in building your brand abroad.